e-edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
Roadrunner Rundown on Bakersfield.com and the CSUB Roadrunners Digital Network. Live from the Dignity Health Studios in downtown Bakersfield, California.
Hey, good morning. Welcome in another edition of Roadrunner Rundown. Thanks so much for joining us, the official program, CSUB Roadrunner Athletics. I'm Corey Costello. Thanks so much for joining us. We have a fantastic show for you today. Thanks so much because, you know what, this week, there's a lot going into this week because this week is Western Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament Week. Because what's going to happen is two basketball teams from Bakersfield, the men's and women's team, are going to head to Las Vegas. And hopefully one of them will win 3 games in 3 days, and they'll go to the NCAA tournament. It is that simple, yet it is that hard, and we're going to be talking about that with men's basketball coach Rod Barnes. He'll be in the final segment of the show. Matter of fact, it is, since in the Las Vegas spirit this week. I think I need to put on the Vegas glasses, right? Oh yeah, now I feel like Las Vegas. So it's a Las Vegas theme program here today. Not really theme, but we're going to talk about it quite a bit. But we're also going to talk about some other things. We're going to be speaking, what a fantastic show. We're going to be speaking with 2 gold medalists, and they are gold medalists in the Western Athletic Conference because between them, they won a total of 6 events this past week at the 2 weeks ago at the Western Athletic Conference Swimming and Diving Championships, and that will be Michaela Paige on the women's side. She won 2 individuals and 2 team first place medals in the at the WAC Championship. She will join us, and Mitchell Huxhold will join us as well. Mitchell is a junior, and Mitchell, not only did he win a pair of events, the mile and the 500, but also he set an NCAA AQ time for the 1650. He's going to be at the NCAA Nationals, first Division I swimmer for Bakersfield to go to the NCAA Nationals. So we're going to talk with him. He and Michaela will be in studio together in the next segment of the program. So we got that coming up, and also in the for the second week in a row, we're going to have a new coach on the program. This one's not a secret. Giovana Melo will join us at the bottom of the hour. Giovana is our new director of volleyball. She comes to us from Western Nebraska Community College. If there was an award at junior college that they give to a coach, she has won it twice, at least. Unbelievable coach. We'll be talking with her coming up at the bottom of the hour. And speaking of new coaches, I got to get this out there before we get to the highlights. Hey, last week, this is international news. You can't quite see it, but this is from the Tyrone Constitution in Omagh, Northern Ireland, where Gary Kernine, our new women's soccer head coach, is from. And that's me and Gary on the program last week. Talks about Roadrunner. International news, people. I'm very excited about that. In our international debut with Roadrunner Rundown last week in Northern Ireland. So there you go. They wrote all about it in this week's edition of in the football section too, of course, in the Tyrone Constitution in Northern Ireland. So very cool, and just taking the show to broad new places. All right, it's time to get to the highlights. We also have a new Corey Versus coming up in a few minutes as well. But first, we go to the highlights. We'll start women's basketball, second seed in the WAC tournament coming up. We go to the Icardo Center. They're facing the same team they're going to face in the first round of the tournament. Slow start, but Brooke Hinkins, actually Melissa Sweat, get that nice jumper going, and then Brooke Hinkins with a 3-pointer as Bakersfield will retake a 5-point lead. Utah Valley had an early lead in this one, but the Runners coming back, and then Utah Valley, though, fighting away. They're going to make it a 2-point lead after that jumper and a pair of free throws, but with time running out, it's going to be Brittany Sims underneath for Bakersfield. The Runners take a 1-point lead into the locker room. Second half, much of the same, close throughout, then CHB starts to pull away. How about Tiana Outland doing what she has done all year long? Nice shot there, and minutes later, it was Shakita Smith for the Roadrunners, going to hit a 3 from the far corner. Shakita Smith made it a 12-point lead with a 3-pointer. It was CSUB's game from here on out. Melissa Sweat with 2 more of her team-high 13. Outland had 12 as the Runners win 66-51. So Melissa Sweat with 12, Tana Outland with 12, and Bakersfield beating Utah Valley 66-51 51. The runners in the regular season, 18-10 overall, 12-4 in the Western Athletic Conference. They are the 2 seed at this week's Western Athletic Conference Tournament. Here is the bracket, and you can see the Roadrunners down in the right-hand corner at the number 2 seed. They will take on Utah Valley yet again on Wednesday night, 8:30 the first game there. Then the winner of that one will face the winner of Seattle and Kansas City for right to play for the championship game on noon on Saturday. So the other side of the bracket, 1 Idaho and 8 Chicago State. Again, the Vegas glasses, because of Las Vegas is coming up. Yes, a fat Elvis for sure with these glasses on. Nonetheless, we go to men's basketball. Bakersfield, well, they're at Utah Valley last Friday. Winning would have helped their seeding a little bit, but let's go to the UCCU Center in Orem, where the Roadrunners kind of down 12 at the half, but chipping away in the second. Isaiah Grayson with the three-pointer as Bakersfield makes it 9, and then Javante Maynor in transition, the pull-up 3. The runners make it 6. Craig Jones then off this Grayson miss, rebound, and a nice putback by Jones as Bakersfield gets a little bit closer. Isaiah Grayson with another 3 of his team-high 18. And then Stephon Johnson, Javante Maynor, well, first will be Johnson on a rebound and putback of his own. And then Javante Maynor as well. The drive, the and one, the three-point play. And then Ali Ahmed makes it a 1-point game for the Roadrunners. Ali had a nice game as he faces the basket there, gets the lay-in. Just over 12 minutes to play. Bakersfield then keeps feeding Ahmed. Why wouldn't you? These back-to-back layups make it a 6-point CSUB lead with just over 6 minutes to play. But it's been the case all season long. Utah Valley gets the calls at home late. They would go to the line 13 times in the final 6 minutes, most of which came from this guy right here, Holden Hunsaker, the guard, who is nearly automatic to make it a 1-point game. And then Mitch Bruneel. This is how the runner season has gone all year long. Mitch Bruneel, look at this three-pointer. It's in, it's out, it's in, it's out, it's in again. That's how it's been for the runners all year. Wolverines take the lead for good. They win 64-55. Wolverines win the Western Athletic Conference regular season championship. Odd change of whistles down the stretch for sure for Bakersfield, but they had some opportunities that turned the ball over again late. And then one of those just three-pointers that seems to be their doom finds a way to get in it. They've been beaten by a three-pointer in the corner, a bank off the glass, and then whatever that was, a couple ricochets. In this one, they lose to Utah Valley 64-55. 18 for Grayson, 14 for Ahmed, just 13 free throws for Bakersfield, 32 for Utah Valley in the win. Despite the loss, a couple good things happened. Seattle lost, and Texas Pan Am lost in overtime to Grand Canyon, meaning Bakersfield is the 6th seed at 5-11, thanks to some tiebreakers. So the Roadrunners at the number 6 seed, they will face Chicago State in the first round. That's going to be on Thursday, 6 p.m. Now, the Runners lost 2 close games to Chicago State this season. Should be an interesting third matchup. They are on the same side of the bracket as number 2, New Mexico State, and number 7, Seattle. On the other side, Utah Valley, the top seed, they'll face Pan Am, who they've beaten twice, but Pan Am's played them very tough both times. That's an intriguing 1-8. And then on the other side, Kansas City and Idaho in the 4-5 game will face the winner on that side as well. So that is your Western Athletic Conference. Again, Vegas glasses for the Las Vegas tournament. Time to go to baseball and the Roadrunners. Let's check out last Tuesday's highlights. They had a pretty busy week, but last Tuesday at home, where it was all about this guy right here, James Berrigan, the junior right-hander with great control against Cal State Northridge all night, as he also does the job, well, getting his hitters to just pop up. Alan Gwynn coming over from first base. He'll make the easy play there on the line. And then Berrigan, just his first complete game of his career, striking out a career-high 7, allowing just 4 hits as well in this one, as Berrigan had great stuff late through over 120 pitches. Guys just couldn't find a way to get on Berrigan all night long. Then he does his job, gets the guys to put the ball on the ground as well, the flip over to first. And then Berrigan working on that. Here's the final out, working on his first complete game in his 3 years at CSUB. Ground ball the third, Miles Jones, he's automatic from there. He'll make the throw over across. And Berrigan, look at that emotion. He's pumped. He gets his first complete career game and the win as well for Bakersfield.
It's the best night I've had here so far.
All right. What can you say overall about your team's performance as a whole?
Oh, man. I only had 7 strikeouts, and so our defense played really well. A lot of routine plays. Jordy made an awesome play in the outfield. Trowbridge came through when he needed to, 2 strikes, 2 outs with runners in scoring position, and it kind of just ended it for me, and I was just like, okay, I'm taking this game.
What does a win like this mean for the team going forward?
Well, hopefully it's a momentum builder. We needed something like this. We needed a win, especially in the midweek. If you look at the last couple years, we haven't done well in the midweeks. But so we needed one. Against Northridge is nice. That's Kerman's old team. It kind of just rally around each other. Hopefully we build on this and start a winning streak.
So this was Tuesday's score, 3-1. Bakersfield wins a midweek game over a Big West school. Nice win for the Roadrunners. As far as starting a streak, unfortunately, that did not happen. Bakersfield went up to Portland this weekend. They dealt with some weather. They dealt with some rain. They lose the Friday game 5-1. And then the Runners were supposed to play a doubleheader Saturday. They get one game in. It's 1-0 Portland. And then they postponed the Saturday game to Sunday. And then Sunday the rain just came again. I mean, who'd have thought it would have rained in Portland, Oregon? But the rain came again, and they washed out that third game. So Bakersfield loses 1-0 and 5-1 in their games at Portland, and they'll be at home hosting Gonzaga Wednesday night, a non-conference game, 6 p.m. at Hartfield. And then, what do you know, like it came on like nothing. Grand Canyon in the Western Athletic Conference Series opens up this weekend. Bakersfield hosting Grand Canyon Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Hartfield, 6, and 1. The game times on that one as well. So conference baseball opening for the Roadrunners this weekend. Hey, on to Roadrunners softball. Bakersfield down at the UCLA tournament this past weekend. The Runners snapping a 14-game losing streak on Saturday. A good Saturday for them. They beat UNLV 4-1, and then in the first game, and then defeat Charleston Southern 4-3 in the nightcap on Saturday. Then on Sunday, the Roadrunners, not so lucky. In Sunday, they lose 5-2 to Loyola Chicago. They were, and then get this, they were tied 2-2 against number 3 or number 4 UCLA up until the 6th inning in the nightcap. The Bruins hitting a pair of solo home runs as Bakersfield falls 4-2 to UCLA. But still, they were in that one, but UCLA gets the victory. Runners will head to Sacramento State this weekend. Again, Las Vegas sunglasses, because it's conference basketball tournament weekend in Las Vegas. Rod Barnes will join us in the last segment of the program. But first, I took off last week because I was recovering from an injury, but now we're back to 100%, and we're going back to Corey Versus. I'm getting in the pool this week with CSUB water polo. Check it out. Okay, we're here on Corey Versus. We're at the Hillman Aquatic Center, and we're with the water polo coach, Jason Gull. So I'm going to get in the water polo. Sounds like such a civilized, fun sport, but yet it is very brutal and it is very hard. But so what exactly am I going to be doing in the pool today?
Well, we're going to get you do a little passing, warm up, take some shots under our goalie, and then we're going to put you in the cage, and we're going to do a drill called rapid fire. So the girls are going to each have a ball. They're going to shoot goals at you, and you're going to try to get your hands out of the water. If you can get your hands out of the water, then I think that's a victory for you.
I was gonna say, that sounds just to be key. So stay afloat, keep your hands out of the water, and try to block a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds it's going to be great. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's get to that.
All right, do it.
Time to get wet. This time I'll start by warming up a little bit.
Look at that.
Pretty good pass technique for someone who's never played the game. Look at that underwater technique. Or don't. Legs are a churning and a burning as well, even in slow motion. Okay, time to take some shots and get into position. Here we go. Yes, it's that tough.
You guys are always doing? Yeah? Which way it's coming?
Good shot.
Real easy.
So easy, I'm being turned away with one hand.
Corey, like, 2-hand pull down.
Oh, that one was snuck by. Put the weight belt on you? Believe me, I have my own weight belt going. Oh, high corner, Corey, high corner.
Hi. Shoot it away from her.
Hey, great suggestion. Try to shoot away from the keeper. One goal, boom. Now time to get into the cage myself.
Okay, you guys ready?
They're going to be coming from all directions, so here we go.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Oh, baby. I know, it was
I'm on fire. I'm pretty good at this, but I'm slowly realizing the girls were so worried about not hurting me that they didn't put too much on the shots.
Near side.
Okay, now you can actually try.
Here. Nope. Don't hit him in the face. Okay.
Please don't hurt me. This time full speed.
Okay, Bridget's not here.
You ready? Yeah. Wow, what a difference. A couple turnaways and I am toast. I'm usually in the pool with a frosty beverage, not actually working hard. Well done, girls. What a workout too. I'm telling you that luckily I'm naturally buoyant to a certain point, but after that, just treading water for that long, that's just tough. So hats off to CSU water polo. Obviously, when they tried, things sort of changed, but still a lot of fun. And runners in a couple weeks, actually in April, will be actually finally at home in water polo. We'll speak with Jason Gall on the program, but good. Thanks, ladies, for having me at your practice. Hey, when we come back, speaking of water, we're going to talk with a couple of CSUB's best swimmers. Mitchell Huxhold and Michaela Paige will join us on the program. They are WAC champions. They are our guests. Next, stick around. This is Roadrunner Rundown.
Introducing TBC Mobile from the Bakersfield Californian. The most complete news, sports, weather, video, opinion, and lifestyle coverage in Bakersfield and Kern County. It's the easiest way to stay up to date on all things local while on the go. Read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores. Kern Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, real estate, and more. Visit KernBusinessJournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on KernBusinessJournal.com.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We are on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronx Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californians Daily Deal featured on Bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The daily deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
Madness is calling. The 2014 WAC Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament. March 12th through the 15th at Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. 16 teams battle through the brackets on their way to the big dance. Be there to see who will go home the big winner.
All session passes on sale now for $165 by calling 654-BLUE. Hey, welcome back into Roadrunner Rundown. Thanks so much for joining us as we continue on the program. Still to come on the show, our new director of volleyball, Giovana Melo, will join us on the program, and head men's basketball coach Rod Barnes on this Bakersfield basketball tournament weekend in Las Vegas. I had to move the Vegas glasses over my shoulder because I just can't see them anymore. We're joined in studio by a couple CSUB swimmers, not only a couple swimmers, a couple of the best. Mitchell Huxhold of the CSUB men's team and Michaela Paige of the CSUB women's squad. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. How you guys doing?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, great.
Let's start with you, Mitchell. I want a WAC Swimmer of the Year on the men's side. Wins in the 500 and the 1650. You have 3 WAC records. Better than expected this season, or is this kind of what you were hoping for?
This is what I was hoping for. Last year, I ended up getting sick at the end of the year and didn't perform as well as I wanted to, and that was a disappointment. And this year was really good to, place as high and do as well as I did.
Yeah, I mean, this year you're healthy, so you come in, you crush the conference meet. And not on top of that, you also got the AQ to the NCAAs. What for you means more? I mean, the wins or getting that shot at nationals?
Definitely getting the shot. I was on the bubble my freshman year, and then getting sick. I was on the bubble again last year, and actually knowing I'm going was definitely the most satisfying feeling. It was such a relief to be able to know that I'm going and not have to wait for them to release the list.
Right, and you're the first one to get an AQ in the Division I level of the program, and that's got to be pretty cool too.
Yeah, it was a relief and a great joy to see everyone excited and.
Absolutely. It's like another, and then, of course, with the Swimmer of the Year award, too, just a great season all around. Michaela, you won the 500 and the 200 free individually.
Yeah.
You crushed your conference and school records, too, or your school records, I should say, and personal records. What is it about the conference that makes you swim so much faster? Because I see all these times coming in, and I'm going, 21 seconds, you had 20 seconds. What is it about the conference that makes you swim that much faster?
You just train really hard all year long, and that's the meet that you shave and taper for. That's the big meet that you've worked so hard for. So that's basically the reason why you swim so fast. And just being there with your team and having everyone cheer you on is kind of just your motivation.
Mitch, is it one of those things the meets throughout the year are important, but again, is it your eyes are focused on that conference?
Yeah, all season during training, when it gets time to a hard set, the coaches and you will be like, do you want your NCAA cut? Because it's now. You got to train now for it, and it's the only time you're going to get it is at the end of the season meet.
So definitely more focus on that. Michaela, you won 2 individual events and 2 relays as well. You basically were setting up shop on the medal stand. Which one meant the most to you, or were they all the same, or did one mean more?
Honestly, I really didn't think I was going to do as well as I did. It was really shocking, and it was really exciting. The 200 was probably the more exciting one for me because that's my favorite race. I didn't get the school record, but winning was great. It was great.
And it seemed like, too, we showed some of the pictures. We're showing some of the highlights right now on the screen. But, by the time you get to, your 4th, medal ceremony, so to speak, you're having a good old time by the time. Was it? How great did it feel to be up there 4 times and also get a couple relay wins too?
It was awesome. It was a huge turnaround from last year. My freshman year, I was injured, so I didn't do very well. I didn't even make top 8 for finals in any of my events, which I was seeded going in high. So it was awesome to be able to finally have the hard work pay off.
And there you are with one of your teams. You guys are mean mugging. You're doing all kinds of stuff at this point. Just a great weekend for you. You had a B cut time in an event as well, so you're kind of waiting on that potential, right, to go to the nationals still. I'm
not seated high enough to go, but it was really cool to get the B cut. I'm that much closer for next year to be able to go. So.
And you're a sophomore now. You're going to be a junior. Mitchell's a junior now. So you're kind of seeing the development, obviously, to get to when you become a junior. Yeah. Mitchell, you were surprised that it happened as a junior. Were you more expecting these sort of things to maybe be senior, or was this a year you thought would be the year?
This year, I definitely thought I was going to go. I even told my parents to not come to conference so they could come to NCAA. So I definitely was ready for it this year.
I like it. No, that's great. And Michaela, as I mentioned, you're a sophomore, and I'm pumped about what because every time we have you on the program, you then go and do something even bigger the next year or the next meet. So obviously, what you're going to accomplish in the next few years, I can't even imagine. But are you as surprised that the season went as well as it did as just a sophomore?
Yeah, I am really surprised. Not only me and Mitchell, but a lot of our teammates did amazing at the swim meet, and probably my favorite part was Mitchell making NCAAs. You know, it was great just to be there and be able to watch and see that, you know, someone on our team did, and that's just more motivation for me too next year.
Well, that's a perfect lead into my next question, because we've talked about the two teams training together and the atmosphere you guys have. Now, you guys are, I'm just going to say this, you're pretty much the best of what each squad has to offer. Do you guys feed off of each other when you're training together and that sort of thing?
We don't train together. Mitchell does distance, and I do middle distance.
Right,
so
right.
I train with Chris.
Okay.
I train with Andy, but within our groups, I definitely, you know, I rely on the other people in the distance group, Dennis Cassidy and Nick to help, and Carson to help push me, you know, because there's days when I'm not feeling good and I need them the support.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not going to talk about Michaela potentially swimming faster than some of the men's guys team, because apparently that time it was an issue last time we brought that up. Great backstory. She threw her ex-boyfriend under the bus on accident.
Whoops.
It was still funny though.
It was funny.
And I was filled in on the details, and I had to fill the audience in because it was great. Nonetheless, I want to talk about the team. Michaela, first about the women's team. Fourth was quite a finish. I mean, for the program.
Huge improvement.
Are you encouraged about the direction of the program? Even when you committed here, it was just kind of getting going. Last year, you guys improved, and then this year, you're up to where you're at now. I mean, your thoughts on the improvement of the program and where it can go?
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, being recruited, that was what Chris told me, that he was making the program better, and that's what I wanted to be a part of. And it was great to see that our team improved so much from last year. And who knows, like next year we can make top 3, and my senior year maybe win conference. Like our team's only getting bigger and better.
Do when, like, you know, recruits and stuff come in and see what you guys are doing? I mean, are they encouraged? I mean, about what's happening and what you guys have to offer?
I think so. I think seeing how fast we swim, that's going to bring in better and faster recruits. So,
you know, Mitchell, this year the men's team was rebuilding a little bit, but are you happy about where, you know, this team is going in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. We lost, you know, 4 big leaders for the team, but we're going to have some people step up next year and take those spots. And then we didn't have quite the numbers this year to really be competitive. We didn't have the depth, but with the new people coming in next year, we should be able to be competitive again next year.
How tough is it, and I'll ask you this question first, but how tough is it to be team focused on a sport that obviously is so individually based as well?
Well, the team is what drives me to be as good as I am. I very vividly remember during my mile at one point that I was feeling tired. I said to myself, no, I'm not going to let the team down again. I'm going to get my 8 cut.
So there is still a team aspect to it.
No, you definitely swim for the team. You swim for yourself as well, but the team is what, when you're dead tired that last 50, you know, you want to do it for your team.
And in the distance, there is a team concept, because I noticed a couple things. Obviously, there's the lap. Is there like the lap counter guy at the end? And what's with all the hand signals? Can you even see those?
Yeah,
like,
you can.
I see Chris Hansen, your director of swimming, on the side. He's like, I have no idea what he's doing. Does that mean something to you in the pool?
Definitely, because the distance coach, Andy, was, you know, if he's got his hands up and his fists are clenched, it's you're on pace, keep going.
Okay.
And then if he starts to wave his hands, it's you're falling off pace, you need to pick it up a little bit.
Okay.
And it's definitely a sign whether or not you're doing what you're supposed to and where you're supposed to be at the time.
You can all see this stuff like in the stroke of a breath. You can see that. Wow, that's impressive. See, people just thought you guys were just swimming, but there's a bunch of other stuff going on.
There's a lot more to swimming than people think.
Exactly, and there is a team element, of course, as well. Well, hey, congratulations to you both. Michaela, great year, and Mitchell, you're not done. You've got nationals to go to. We're going to be looking. When is that scheduled for?
The 25th, 6th through the 28th or something. We leave 2 weeks from today.
Okay, awesome. We're going to be keeping an eye on that for sure. Good luck to you, all right?
Thank you.
All right, both of you, thanks so much for joining us.
You.
All right, Michaela, Paige, and Mitchell Huxhold here on Roadrunner Rundown. We're going to step away and take a break because we are behind pace on the program. We're behind. We got to take a break. We'll be back. This is Roadrunner Rundown.
Introducing TBC Mobile from the Bakersfield Californian. The most complete news, sports, weather, video, opinion, and lifestyle coverage in Bakersfield and Kern County. It's the easiest way to stay up to date on all things local while on the go. Read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californian's daily deal featured on Bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The daily deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
The Bakersfield Californian is a great read on the iPad, but did you know that the Bakersfield Californian is available on your Kindle Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
Kern Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, real estate, and more. Visit KernBusinessJournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on KernBusinessJournal.com.
Madness is calling. The 2014 WAC Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament. March 12th through the 15th at Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. 16 teams battle through the brackets on their way to the big dance. Be there to see who will go home the big winner.
All session passes on sale now for $165 by calling 654-BLUE. Hey, we're back on Roadrunner Rundown. Thanks so much for joining us. My thanks to Michaela, Paige, and Mitchell Huxhold in the last segment. And also, we're going to be speaking with men's basketball head coach Rod Barnes, because the Western Athletic Conference men's and women's basketball tournament gets going this week in Las Vegas. But first, it's been a trend the last couple of weeks. So we might as well keep going with it. We've got a new coach to bring on the program. This one, not so much of a secret as last week, but we want to welcome to the show. She's our new director of volleyball. She'll be the head coach of the indoor team and kind of overseeing the sand program. And her name is Giovana Melo. Thanks so much for joining us, Giovana. How you doing?
Good. I'm good.
Well, welcome to Bakersfield. How's the town been so far to you?
It's been great. I've been really enjoying the weather, that's for sure.
Yeah, Giovana came from Scotts Bluff, Nebraska, Western Nebraska Community College, where it's probably negative 20. How's the winter been there?
It's been hit and miss. We've had some pretty good weather and some absolutely horrible weather, but that's Nebraska.
That is Nebraska indeed. So I told people this before, and I always ask somebody this question that comes to Bakersfield: why Bakersfield? Why this opportunity? Why this job? And why now?
Definitely the weather. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think the opportunity here is really great. I think that, the WAC is definitely a conference that I can see myself doing, pretty well. Obviously, I had some players that came from my school, and in the conference, they, were successful. So I see some good things for me in the conference for the program. I took over the program there, and we were able to continue the success, and that's what I want to do for the program here. I just saw the ability to do the same thing I did there with the volleyball program here.
Given your success at the junior college level, national championship, I said this earlier, if there was an award given at the junior college coaches level, you won at least two of them. Coach of the Year, Regional Coach of the Year, AVCA Under 30 Watch List. I mean, just if there was an award, you won it a couple times. So and you played Division I volleyball at Arizona State. I mean, was this the next step for you as a professional?
Yeah, I think it was. I've been, every year it's been a challenge there for me as well because I'm competitive and I want to win. And so that's what I did. Every year is a new year. It is junior college, so you're building up. But I did play at Arizona State, and it was extremely competitive. I was a grad assistant there. I was an assistant there. And I knew that I wanted to go back to that. I knew eventually I would. I just didn't know when it was going to be the right time. I was just waiting for the right opportunity.
And this happened to be it. And your record at Western Nebraska, off the top of my head, it was like 242-20. I know you lost just 20 matches in your 6 years there. Talk about your competitiveness and your approach to coaching.
Yeah, I mean, I try to pass to the kids the competitiveness that I have just in an everyday aspect. You're learning every day, you're getting better every day. And that's, a lot of my practices are going to be extremely competitive. And so I try to teach them that competitiveness in practice. So then in the game, it just becomes a little bit more natural. But, I really don't know what it is in me. Maybe it's a Brazilian thing. It's a culture thing. I'm not sure. But it's just I hate losing in rock, paper, scissors, really. So I'm competitive in everything I do. And so it just comes out on the court. And I have a lot of passion for what I do.
I want to talk about your kind of recruiting philosophy. I know you spent a lot of time in your native Brazil. A couple players you sent our way, Fernanda Gonçalves, Deborah Raju. We just, in the last few years, we just call them the Brazilians because they were so good and they were all conference last year. So you spent a lot of time recruiting there. Is that just kind of a familiarity thing, or is that kind of the type of player you like to work with?
Yeah, I do. Obviously, I'm a little biased,
sure.
But I think the international players bring, and not just necessarily the Brazilians. I've had some Poland kids. I've had kids from different countries. But I think they bring a lot to the table. The local kids can learn from them. They can learn from each other. There's just so much that they bring that I believe it's extremely helpful in a culture of a program. And yes, they do bring experience. They do bring a lot of passion. Some of them have been playing for a long time because the sport starts really early there, just a little different here. It's getting better here, but in Brazil, I mean, the same way basketball is here, you have the little hoops. We were putting the net in the streets and really playing since we were little kids. So it's something that it's in our blood, and I just enjoy bringing them and the experience that they bring.
It seems like, too, and this is also with players I've seen maybe come out of like Argentina as well, but it seems like they play bigger than they are. Mm-hmm. You look at them and they're not 6'5", but when it comes time to challenge a ball at the net, to block, or to, like in Deborah Raju's case, get up for a kill, it's just like, oh my goodness. I mean, they can play pretty big.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that comes from, just playing so much. I mean, everywhere. Playing doubles, playing at the beach, playing volleyball. And I think that makes them better. And that's, what I try to bring to the sport here coming from Brazil. And that's how I was as well. I've played every position, believe it or not. So it's just that ability to play all the way around and bringing that to play here and playing big. Yes,
absolutely. And Giovana Melo, our guest, new director of volleyball here at CSUB. What are some of your thoughts on what you are kind of taking ownership of here as far as the team? You're losing a few pieces, but also you have some coming back. So give me your thoughts on this squad.
I'm excited. I watched them practice a little bit yesterday. I know they've been a little beat up going from the sand to the court. Just we're trying to get that situated for them as well, because it's something new, and different. I guess everybody's trying to figure it out, what's the balance there. But, I'm excited. We have some pretty good returners. Yes, we have, some big shoes to fill with Deborah and Fernanda. But I think we should be okay. I'm already talking with a few kids, and hopefully we can bring them in and just continue the success and just keep taking one step at a time.
How important is it for you to come into a Division I program that has a sand program? Because I saw it last year, between last spring when the sand program first started and then this fall, just a kind of improvement in the players all around. So you're coming into a program now, and they're going to have another year in the sand before you get them in the indoor season. So how important is the sand program to developing the players in the fall as well?
I think it's been really, a great transition, and I think that's the reason why, a lot of Division I schools are doing it, because it gives that opportunity to be playing in the spring. And before, we weren't able to do that. Yeah. And so I think that really it becomes a kind of an all-around sport, and that's great, you know. And there's so much that the sand brings to the court, and obviously they can jump better, they can move better. There's so many things they can learn from the sand and bring to the court. Their vision, you know, there are a lot of really good things, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see, you know, the difference and how much we get better at doing that.
What about how much you're looking forward to this Division I challenge? I mean, you get a chance to be back in Division I volleyball, be a head coach. You know, how excited are you for this challenge of you know, helping the runners win?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I just can't wait to get started. I think that it's definitely a challenge, but I've had many challenges in my life, and I overcome every single one of them. And I think this is another one that I'm just gonna go for it and get better.
Absolutely. And finally, you brought up the WAC a little bit, but give me your thoughts on this conference and its volleyball, because it seems like, you know, we finished second last year. New Mexico State wins it, but you know, it was still a conference that it looks like we can be very competitive in.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're obviously good teams. It's a Division I school. It's going to be a battle, you know, but I think it's a conference that it's, with the changes that the conference has made, you know, with losing some teams, I think it's definitely a conference to be able to be successful, you know, bringing some kids that can compete, that want to compete. I mean, we can be successful every year if we can do that.
Yeah, and Giovana was a very good coaching search. A lot of people interested in this job. Giovana was the only one that actually met me on her interview. Yep. So I'm not saying that I had anything. I wasn't even on the committee to hire. I just happened to get pulled into lunch with Giovana. Well, you know, I mean, that's just the kind of pull I have. No, I'm just kidding. I have zero pull whatsoever. But I'm really excited.
Good luck.
Yeah, or luck. Maybe I'm just lucky. The best part is Giovana. We're at lunch with our athletic director, and we were showing the video we did for the volleyball team after they finished second in the thing we showed at basketball. So we're showing the video on his phone to her, and it pops up that you know, Fernanda Gonçalves all conference, Deborah Raju all conference, and somehow Giovana had found out that maybe the athletic director Jeff was kind of concerned about her ability to recruit at the Division I level, and she stops the video, looks at him, and goes, "And you say I can't recruit?" I was like, hire this lady right now. It was great. I mean, that sold it. You were sold. I said, good. She's already busting the AD's chops. She'll fit right in here in Bakersfield. So congratulations. I'm very excited you're here. I know you're going to be wildly successful again. So good luck to you. And safe travels back. I know you're going back, but I'm sure you'll be back here in a couple weeks, right?
Right. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, good luck, too, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you.
All right. Giovana Melo, new director of volleyball here on Roadrunner Rundown. Time to take a break. When we come back, we're going to speak with head men's basketball coach Rod Barnes as the Runners get ready for the WAC Tournament in Las Vegas. Stick around. This is Roadrunner Rundown.
The Bakersfield Californian is a great read on the iPad, but did you know that the Bakersfield Californian is available on your Kindle Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month. The Bakersfield Californian. We're everywhere and anytime. Subscribe today. Bakersfield.com.
Current Business Journal contains news and information from local business leaders and organizations. Topics include agriculture, health and medical, energy, real estate, and more. Visit currentbusinessjournal.com to find out how to subscribe or where to pick up a free copy. To inquire about advertising in the bi-monthly Business Journal, call 395-7586. Find us online on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on currentbusinessjournal.com.
I'm Lisa Kirsch. Coming up Wednesday on Live Well, the co-owner of Nature's Food Market and Juice Bar will stop by with the latest on what's good and what's good for you. Plus, Kira Wiggins, who is the director of the Wellness Center over at San Joaquin Community Hospital, will share a lot of information about the new trend of juicing, detox diets. We'll ask her questions about that. Chef Robert from the Petroleum Club will stop by to whip up some tasty treats for us. This and much more coming up Wednesday on Live Well, only on Bakersfield.com.
Save 50 to 90% with the Bakersfield Californians Daily Deal featured on Bakersfield.com. A daily deal is offered each weekday on services from local restaurants, dry cleaners, health and beauty services, retail shops, and local activities for the entire family. The daily deal is 100% local. Find these amazing deals only at dailydeal.bakersfield.com.
Madness is calling. The 2014 WAC Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament. March 12th through the 15th at Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. 16 teams battle through the brackets on their way to the big dance. Be there to see who will go home the big winner.
All session passes on sale now for $165 by calling 654-BLUE. Welcome back into Roadrunner Rundown, final segment of the program, final segment before the Western Athletic Conference basketball tournament gets underway. Men's basketball will get going on Thursday as the 6th seed. They will take on Chicago State. And joining us in the program, head men's basketball coach Rod Barnes. Coach, it's that time of year. We've been talking about this for over a year, the WAC tournament. 3 games in 3 days, you go to the NCAA tournament. So has it hit you that we're finally arrived at that point?
Well, it has. I think everyone's excited as you continue to watch on ESPN. You got teams that are already in and punched their ticket, and now we get a chance to get to the court on Thursday and hopefully start paying our price to punch our ticket on Sunday. So we're excited about it, and hopefully our name is called going to some place on Sunday. So we're looking forward to it.
Is there kind of and we even showed some of the highlights in the in the first segment of the show, but with all the kind of bad luck that's fallen upon us this year, is there kind of a thought of a kind of a blank slate mentality? Everybody is 0-0 basically going into this tournament.
Well, it is. As I explained to our guys, there's only one team going to go to the NCAA tournament. I think all the other teams are going to feel like they missed out on a great opportunity. And to have this chance to do this is really amazing for us because, again, we've had a lot of tough luck throughout the year. A lot of balls haven't gone our way. And now we get a chance to start again. And we all start from point one. And hopefully it happens for us this weekend. I think we've played well enough in a lot of games to pull it out. But, again, we've had a missed free throw. They bank a shot in or big-time three from a guy that make threes, something like that. So I just believe, I believe in our guys. I think we've got the right attitude going over there, and we've just got to put it all together.
Even just watching the highlights from the last game, the essentially game-winning shot that put Utah Valley up for good was a three-pointer that went in, rattled that, came back out, hit the back of the rim, and then goes. And it's just – those things have happened, banking it off the glass, or guys shooting 11% from the three hits a game winner. And so a lot of bad luck. But, again, you get to this point of the year, and you've been competitive against every team of the conference. And pretty much every team of the conference has been competitive against every other team of the conference. Have you ever seen a conference tournament as your time as coach going in where really, truly it's just completely up in the air?
I have never been like this. Normally you have one team maybe head and shoulders above, and even two. Sometimes at the bottom of the league is nowhere that they're going to win. And it's going to happen. Our 1 seed could very well lose the first game. And that's just the kind of a year it's been. And I think that's what's going to make our year. At the beginning of the year when we first started talking, I said, hey, our league is going to be more competitive than everyone thinks it's going to be because I just know guys have recruited some good players. We've got some good coaches in the league. And, you got the first years. After this year, teams will start knowing teams. Players will start knowing players. Coaches will start knowing coaches. And whoever does the best job as we go forth probably could get some separation. But your first year in the league, you're just kind of trying to feel your way through. And I think going into the conference play, it's anybody's tournament. I think everybody's going to the conference tournament thinking they're going to win it. And just like we are. And I think anyone could come out and win it, but obviously I'm rooting for our team. I think we're the team to beat. So, but I think anyone could get there in the final game. It wouldn't surprise me if because I always add we're in it, and we're playing Seattle, or another team.
Pan Am at the 8th seed.
Yeah, I mean, whoever we playing could be another team that no one thought could possibly be there.
Yeah.
The great thing about it, in 120 minutes, someone's probably going to be crowned champions, and hopefully it's us.
And, looking at we're talking about luck, we finally had some go our way, I guess you could say a little bit. We lose the game at Utah Valley, but, okay, we need Chicago State to beat Seattle. Done. They do that. We need Grand Canyon on the road in a game that means nothing to Grand Canyon, who's ineligible for the postseason tournament, and every game that means everything to Pan Am to go beat Pan Am. They beat Pan Am in overtime by 1 point, and just a crazy ending to that game. So I kind of felt like, okay, we finally caught a break. I mean, did you kind of feel that way too when you found out that you'll be the 6th seed?
Well, it was good to be the 6th seed. Obviously, you don't want to go in from a psychological standpoint, being the 8th seed, playing the 1 seed. But I had talked to Jeff Coney, and he had kept saying, well, this has got to happen, and this got to happen, and we've had a tough year all the way. And I said, hey, listen, it starts today. I mean, this is championship week. It's going to turn our way. And he called me back later on after all of the events that you talked about in that crazy game that Grand Canyon played, where a guy, again, at the end of the game, shooting about 13% hits a 3 on Grand Canyon. I'm thinking,
I saw that too. I saw it on my phone. I went, they did it again.
Yeah, but it came out the way, and again, it's a good draw for us. And again, it wasn't surprise me who wins in the other games. And I think, as I told our guys, we got to go there trying to play our best 40 minutes at a time and let it take care of itself. I mean, obviously, you look at a situation like this, and I think our team has put pressure on themselves all year, and I think finally we've gotten to the point where it's like, hey, man, let's just go do what we do and let our hair down and play and not worry about standings and what people believe and what, where we was predicted and, what's going to happen. Hey, we got a weekend, and I told them it doesn't matter. There's only probably going to be 2 teams that are going to advance to any kind of postseason after this, unless New Mexico State or Utah Valley wins. So it should be us. We've taken all the shots. We've taken all the bad breaks. We've got all the tough officiating calls. So this weekend is our weekend. And I've said all along, I believe this team is good enough to do it, and I'm excited to get to the floor and see can we play at that next level that I think we have shown at different times this year, but not in consistency over several games, and hopefully this is the weekend.
Opening up with Chicago State, a team that we've lost twice. You played them tough both times, though, and your old assistant, Tracy Dildy, the head coach there. What is it? Chicago State seems to be a very physical team, and I'm intrigued by this matchup because I know we're going into a tournament setting. We're going to a neutral court setting. We're going in where officials most likely going to call us a little tighter because it is a conference tournament. Do you think that kind of benefits you a little bit given the style of defense that Chicago State plays?
Well, I think it benefits us, but I told our guys, I mean, they've been more physical than we are. They played tougher than us. I mean, they're the team in our league that I thought, kind of hit us in the mouth, and we fought back at times, but they just kept on hitting us until they knocked us out. And we've got to take the approach this week. Obviously, with the officiating, probably going to be a little bit tighter being in conference play and everyone in the same place. But we can't get hit in the mouth. That's one thing that I don't like as far as a coach. I mean, I could take losses sometimes, but taking a beating, I'm just not kind of used to that. And I understand. Tracy worked for me, and he knows that's the style that I like to play. And in the first 2 games, his team was tougher than my team. And that's one thing that we've worked on the last couple of days. It will not happen this game. So I think that'll be a turn of the table. I think the next thing is we've got to handle their pressure a little bit different. They press and throw the different things at us, and our guards have got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. I think in the last game we had 19 turnovers, and with a minute and a half to go, we were down 1. with the ball. So, give those turnovers back to us, and it's a different game. And hopefully on Thursday we don't turn it over. And I think our team is going to go there and play tough and be physical. And I think that's going to give us an advantage and give us a better chance to win the game.
Well, looking forward to it, and obviously a different kind of vibe to this season. I mean, you knew the conference tournament was there, and you got a good a shot as anybody to make the NCAA tournament. So, Coach, I packed extra in case we're going straight from somewhere to somewhere. I'm planning for success.
Well, I told our guys and I told the coaches, they said, Coach, we're packing for three days, got carrying 3 sets of clothes, and I said, I'm carrying 5. I'm carrying 3 for the WAC tournament and 2 for the NCAA tournament. So if I overpack, you guys are going to have to bring my stuff back. But I am planning to be moving on from Vegas.
It sounds like a plan, Coach. Good luck to you, and we'll see you in Las Vegas this week.
All right, thank you.
All right, men's basketball head coach Rod Barnes here on Roadrunner Rundown. And, folks, there's still time. I mean, you can get to Las Vegas, the Orleans Arena. Tickets are available at the Orleans box office. And good luck finding a hotel room in Vegas because it is there's all kinds of tournaments going on, but I'm sure you can find somewhere. So, hey, don't forget to join us. Women's tournament gets underway Wednesday, men's tournament on Thursday, and hopefully we're all playing in the finals on Saturday. So make sure you join us in Las Vegas for this historical weekend. You can also check out video coverage on our website at GoRunners.com, also at WACSports.com, video coverage of the WAC tournament. Audio coverage available as well on GoRunners.com for the men's and women's tournament too. So we'll have those calls from Las Vegas, and make sure you join us for that historical weekend, no doubt, for the Roadrunners in Vegas. Next week on the program, I might not be here because if this thing goes the way Coach Barnes says it's going, I might be somewhere else. But we'll play that by ear. All right, we'll plan for success, and of course, maybe we'll have a special live from the NCAA tournament edition of the program. Maybe that sounds like a plan. We'll go with that next week for sure on the show, and make sure you catch any of the previous episodes of this show anytime online at GoRunners.com, including today's program. It'll be available very shortly as well. Follow us on Facebook as well, Facebook.com/CSUB Roadrunners, and on Twitter and Instagram at CSUB Athletics. Hey, have a great week. We'll catch you next time. This has been Roadrunner Rundown.